Hello and welcome to Independent Practice for 1.7 Operations with Fractions and Mixed Numbers from Math in Focus Singapore Math Student Edition Course 2A. So this chapter is a bit longer, so have patience. If need be, take breaks in between so that you are fresh each time you solve a sum. Okay? So let's get started with the first part now. It says evaluate each expression. Give your answer in the simplest form. Okay, so we start with the first one here. Fraction half plus minus 5 over 6, right? So we will first open the bracket. So it will be 1 by 2 minus 5 by 6, right? Now we have to subtract the second fraction from the first. But remember, for us to do that, the denominators have to be same, right? You cannot have different denominators, and when you have different denominators, you can't subtract directly. You need to get them same first. So what are we going to do? Here, because there's a little less space, and I actually don't want to overcrowd this place, so I'm going to do my rough work separately, as I sometimes prefer to do that way. Okay, so we have here 2 and 6, right? So let's factorize to know what should be our denominator. You remember this from the concepts video that we had, right? So we write 2 and 6, the denominators, and we start factorizing. So here we have 2. We put 1 here because 2 times 1 gives us 2, right? We put 3 here, 3 times 2 gives us 6, right? And 3 here, 1, 1. So this is our denominator, 2 times 3, which is 6. Okay, so in the first case, the denominator is 2. So we need to make it 6. So we'll have to multiply it with 3, right? So whatever we do in the denominator, we should do in the numerator, right? You can't just do with either of them. It has to be with both, okay? So what we will do is 1 times 3 over 2 times 3, right? Both of them are multiplied with 3. And here it's already 6, so we don't need to do anything. So we write this as it is. Fine? So this is 1 times 3, right? So which is 3 over 6, right? Minus 5 over 6. Now the denominators are same. So you can subtract. So this is 3 minus 5 basically, right? So this is minus 2 by 6. Now it says in the simplest form, right? So you keep further dividing until and unless it cannot be further divided. So we know that. Let me use my pencil for the cancellation work to make it neat and tidy. So 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 gives us 6. So this answer will be minus 1 over 3. Okay, so we are doing the work with fractions and mixed numbers now. Then the next we have is this one. Now here you can see this is 7 and this is 14, right? So 7 times 2 will give us 14. So if you go this route and do like this, the LCM will be 14 over there. So let's just take 14 directly, okay? And start solving it. So minus 6 times 2 over 7 times 2, right? We're making denominator 14. For that we're multiplying with 2, and therefore we also have to multiply in the numerator. Plus 3 over 14 as it is, right? So this is minus 12 over 14 plus 3 over 14, right? So denominators are same now, so you can do this operation, right? So this is minus 12 and plus 3, which is minus 9 over 14. Okay, it's not that difficult. It's quite simple. Normal addition, subtraction, whatever multiplication and division, but it is just with the fractions now and with the mixed numbers, as you will see. Then the next we have is this number. Now 7 and 5, they have nothing in common. So if you do this method also, you'll get it as 35, and nothing is common, you simply multiply it, okay, to get your LCM, the denominator. Fine. So there's no need to go this route. You can be faster that way, right? So here we'll have cross multiplication basically. So this is 1 minus 1 times 5 over 7 times 5, right? Plus and minus. I'm opening up this already. Okay, I'm solving this already. So plus and minus will give us minus, right? So 3 times 7 over 5 times 7, right? Now it's both 35 here, which is equal to minus 5 over 35, and this is minus 21 over 35, right? Okay, so both are minus. When both are minus, you simply add, right? So this is 26 over 35, and it has a minus sign. So this is your answer here. Okay, we go to the next one now here. Now we have three fractions, okay? So let's do the prime factorization here to get the denominator, to get our LCM, right? So what numbers do we have? We have 2, we have 5, and we have 4, right? So we do this work now here. Remember, right? So first we'll go with 2, the first prime number. So 2 times 1 and 5 now, and 2 times 2 gives us 4. Again, we still have 2, right? So we'll go with 2. This will continue to be 1. This is 5, and this is 1, right? 2 times 1 gives us 5. We don't need to do with 3. We'll do directly with 5 because that's what we have here, right? So these are your prime factors. So your LCM is 2 times 2 times 5. So that is 20, right? So let's get going here. So we have 1 by 2. We need 20, right? So we'll time it with 10. Same thing here we do. Now this is plus and minus. So let's open it up, okay? Plus and minus. So it becomes minus, right? 2 over 5. We want 20, right? So this is times 4. Fine? Plus 1 over 4. And this will be how much? Because we want 20. So this will be 5 and 5 here. Yeah? So this is equal to 10 over 20 minus 8 over 20 plus 5 over 20, right? 10, this is 8, and this is 5. So you can get the answer directly, right? 10 minus 8 is 2. 2 plus 5 is 7. So this is 7 over 20. Yes, I hope this is clear. I'm not too fast for you. You're understanding what we are doing here. Okay, so we go to the next one. This. So 7, 6, and 3 over here, right? So let's do the prime factorization here and get our LCM. So we write 7, we write 6, and we write 3. Okay? So we'll start with 2 because we have 6 here, right? So 2 will be here, 7 will stay as it is. 2 times 3 gives us 6, 3 will stay as it is. Then we have now 7, 3, 3. So we don't need to do with 2, we'll do with 3 now. 7 stays as it is, 1, 1, right? Then 7, this is 1, 1, 1. So these are our prime factors, and our LCM is 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 7 is 42. Okay, so we need to have LCM as 42. All of the denominators will be 42 now, right? So this is 7, so we need to time it with 6, right? So minus 1 times 6 over 7 times 6 plus and minus, okay? We'll clear this up, right? So this is minus 5. This is 6, right? So times 7 will give us 42. Again, plus and minus. So this is minus now. 1 times, this is 3, right? So 3 times what gives us 42? 3 times 14, right? So 3 times 14 gives us 42, right? So this is equal to minus 6 over 42, right? This becomes minus 35 over 42, 5 times 7, and minus 14 over 42, right? Now here, all the numbers are minus, 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 minus. So we will add all of them and then put a minus sign, right? So this is 6 and 35, which is 41, right? 41 and 14 gives us 55 over 42 with a minus sign. Okay, so those two were with the 3 fractions, right? And that's why it was a bit longer. Now let's do the next one. 3 and 5, nothing in common, so you simply do the cross multiplication. Okay, so this is 3 times 3 over 5 times 3 minus 2 times 5 over 3 times 5, right? This 3 got multiplied here and this 5 got multiplied here, right? Which is 3 times 3 is 19 and this is 15 minus 2 times 5 is 10, and this is what you have here, right? Which is equal to, how much is this? Minus 1 over 15. Okay, so that's it, and that's how we are supposed to keep solving all these sums. Now here, the next one, 7 and 14, right? As we said here, 7 and 14. So what is 7 times 2 gives us 14 here, right? So we will not go here doing all the work. We know the LCM is 14 over here. So we will do this here as minus 1 times 2 over 7 times 2, right? Then this is minus 3 over 14 as it is because it's already 14, which is equal to minus 2 over 14 and minus 3 over 14, right? Minus, minus, both are minus. We will have to add and put the respective signs. So 2 and 3 is basically 5 over 14 with a minus sign. Okay? Next here. This 5 and 7, they have nothing in common, right? So we will simply cross multiply because the LCM will be 35 over here. So this is minus 1 times 7 over 5 times 7 minus 2 times 5 over 7 times 5, right? Which is equal to minus 7 over 35 minus 10 over 35. Okay, so this is basically minus 7 over 35. Minus minus becomes plus, right? Plus 10 over 35, right? So what do we have here? Minus 7 and plus 10, right? Which is nothing but 3 over 35, right? This is a simple one, right? It's not a difficult one to solve. Just 2 fractions, okay? Not a lot. Okay, so the next one here, now we have 3 fractions. So let's do this one now. Let's first open up the brackets, okay? So 1 by 3 minus minus makes it plus 2 over 5 minus 3 over 4, right? Now we have 3 different numbers, okay? So let's do the prime factors here and get our LCM. So we will write 3, 5, and 4, right? Then let's start with 2 first. 3 and 5 will remain as it is. You write 2 here. 2 times 2 gives us 4. We write 2 again, 3 and 5 remains as it is, and this becomes 1, right? 1 times 2 gives us 2. Next we go with 3, 1, 5, 1. Again with 5 here, 1, 1, 1. So these are the prime factors, and the LCM is 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. So this is 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 5 is 60. So the LCM has to be 60. Okay. So let's make all the denominators to be 60. Right. So this is 3. To make it 60, we'll have to times it by 20. Right. So this becomes 1 times 20 over 3 times 20. Right. Plus this is 2 times. Now 5 times 12 gives us 60, right? So this is 5 times 12 here. Then minus 3. 4 times 15 gives us 60. Okay, so this is how we will proceed, which is equal to, now this is 1 times 20 is 20 over 60 plus 24 over 60, right? 2 times 12. This is next minus 3 times 15 is 45 over 60, right? Which is equal to 20 plus 24 is 20 plus 24 minus 45 upon 60, right? So this is 20 and 24 is 44 minus 45 over 60, right? Which is minus 1 over 60. Okay, so this is the answer over there. Okay, so this is what we were supposed to do here in this section. Now we go further with the next part, which says evaluate each product. So far it was addition and subtraction. Now we are going with the multiplication, the product, right? And in the simplest form. So let's do this first with the pencil, the cancellation work, right? This is 7 over 25 multiplied by 5 over 14. So we know 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 5 is 25, right? 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. So what are we left with here? 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 5 is 10. Okay, and this was a minus here, so we get a minus answer, right? Okay, so the next we have is 5 by 8 times minus 4 by 15. So let's start cancelling the common terms, right? So 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15, right? 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So the answer here is 1 over 6 with a minus sign, right? So this is minus here, so this will be also a minus answer. Okay, we go to the next part now. Here, 7 cancel, right? 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 5 is 30, right? 7 cancel. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 5 is 30. So what are we left with now here? This is 1 over 5, and this is a minus 1, right? This is plus and this is minus, so the answer will be minus. Okay, next here, 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. Okay, 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 5 is 40. So what are we left with now? That's 1. 3 times 5 is 15. And this is minus minus, right? So the answer will be positive, minus times minus, right? Even times you have minus over here. Okay. 11 over 16, right? So this is 11 times 1 is 11. 11 times 3 is 33. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. And that means we have 1 in the numerator. 4 times 3 is 12 in the denominator. Minus, minus. So answer is plus. Okay. Now here you have a mixed fraction, right? So first you will convert this mixed fraction, okay, mixed number into this fraction. So you know the formula, right? You remember the magical formula? AB plus, yes, it is not AB, it is AC plus B over C, right? So let's convert this first here. So this is 2 times 5, right? Plus 4 over 5, right? AC. So this is 10 plus 4, 14 over 5, right? So basically this is 5 times 8, 5 over 8, sorry, minus here with 14 over 5, right? So what do we have in common? Let's do that. 5 is out, right? Here, now 2 times 4 is 8 and 2 times 7 is 14, right? So the answer is how much now? 7 over 4, right? 7 over 4, but with a minus sign. We have minus only once. So plus times minus gives us minus. Okay, then the next one here. Again, you have this mixed number. So let's first convert this, okay? So this will be what? 1 times 6 plus 5 over 6, right? 1 times 6 plus 5. So this is how much? 11 over 6. Okay? So this is minus 3 over 22 times 11 over 6 basically, right? So we know this is 11 times 1 and this is 11 times 2, right? 3 times 1 and 3 times 2. So what are we left with here? 1, 2 times 2 is 4, but a minus sign, right? Minus times plus. Okay? Then again we have a mixed number here, so let's convert that first. So it's 3 times 8 plus 1 over 8, right? 3 times 8 and this is plus 1. So this is 3 times 8 is 24. 24 plus 1 is 25 and this is the answer here. So this is 25 over 8 times minus 3 over 10. So let's cancel the common factors, right? So this is 5 times 5 and this is 5 times 2. Okay, remember you're not doing this cancellation saying okay 2 times 1 and 2 times 4. No, okay, numerator and denominator. It's never denominators together or numerators together that way. Okay, so be careful. So this gives us 5 times 3 is 15 and 8 times 2 is 16, and this is a minus answer, right? Plus times minus. And the last one here, again a mixed number, both of them are mixed numbers, so let's convert it first, right? So this is 4 times 2 plus 1 over 2, right? Which is equal to 8. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 over 2. And the next one here, this is 1 times 9 plus 8 over 9, right? 1 times 9 plus 8 over 9. 1 times 9 is 9. 9 plus 8 is 17, and this is 9. Okay, so what are we doing here? Minus 9 over 2, right? From here you get minus 9 over 2, right? This part here. Okay, and times again a minus 17 over 9. Okay, so let's start cancelling the common terms here. Do we have common terms? Yes, the 9 and the 9 gets cancelled. So that leaves us with 17 over 2. And this is minus, so the answer will be positive, right? Minus times minus gives us positive. So this is the first page, and we have 3 pages for this chapter. It's a little long exercise, but it's not difficult. Okay, so should you need a break, take a break, pause the video, come back, and then watch it. Okay, so moving to the next part here, where we have now divisions. Okay, and you know when you have to divide, what is the rule? When you remember those fractions, right? Like if it is a divided by b, you actually do a times 1 by b, right? And it's the multiplication then on and what you did on the previous page, right? So remember this. Okay, so that's what we are going to do here. Let's begin. So this is minus 10, right, times 5 over 6, right? So this will become minus 6 over 5, right? Because we reverse when you make division as the multiplication. So let's cancel the common terms. 5 times 1, 5 times 2. Okay. So that gives us 2 times 6, which is 12. And this is positive, right? Minus and minus makes it positive. Okay. Then the next one. It says 9 by 25. This will be what? Multiplied. And 18 will become what? 1 over 18. Right? So we start cancelling the common terms now here. Right? So this is 9 times 1, 9 times 2. Okay? So that gives us, sorry, this 9 is cancelled, right? So 1 over 50, but this is a minus 1, right? Because this is plus and minus, so answer will be minus. Okay, then the next here is this one. Minus 3 over 8 multiplied by, reverse it, minus 8 over 1, which is equal to, so we cancel the common terms here. 8 and 8 gets cancelled. And what are we left with is 3 in the numerator and 1 in the denominator. So we don't need to write that denominator, right? So we write the numerator. Minus times minus gives us plus. Okay, next one here. Minus 1 by 4 multiplied by 8 over 3, right? Reverse it. So 4 times 1, 4 times 2. That's it. So we have 2 over 3 with a minus sign, right? Minus and plus. Okay, so the next here we have is this 5 over 2 divided by, right? So we will do this as multiplied by minus 6 over 1. Let's cancel the common terms. 6 times 1, 6 times 2, right? So this gives us how much? Minus 5 over 2, right? Plus divided by minus, so we have minus over here. Now what we have here is a mixed number, this one. So we'll convert this first, right? So this is basically 1 times 4 plus 1 over 4, right? So this is 1 times 4 is 4 plus 1 is 5. So this is 5 over 4 basically, right? So minus 5 over 4 times 4 over 3, right? This one reversed. So we cancel the common terms. What are we left with is minus 5 over 3, right? Minus and plus here. Okay, then again here we have a mixed number. So let's first convert that mixed number. So this is this one, right? So it will be 2 times 3 plus 2 over 3, right? So this is 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. This is 8 over 3, right? So 8 over 15 times, now this is 8 over 3, right? So now you are timing it. This division is becoming times. So this will become 3 over 8, right? So 8 is out. 3 times 1 and 3 times 5. Okay, and this one was with the minus sign. So the answer is minus 1 over 5. Okay, I hope this is simple. You're understanding it, you're following it. It's not difficult. Okay, so let's move to the next. Again, we have a mixed number here, so let's convert that first, right? So this is basically 3 times 4 plus 3 over 4, right? 3 times 4 plus 3 over 4, which is 3 times 4 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15 over 4, right? So this is basically 15 over 4 times minus 4 over 1. Reverse it, right? So we cancel the common terms. 4 and 4 is out, and we are left with this minus 15, right? Plus and minus. Okay, so next here we have both the numbers are mixed numbers, right? So let's convert this both mixed numbers first. Let me just give this paper away for a while. Okay, now these two numbers, 2 times 2 plus 1, right? 2 times 2 plus 1 over 2, so which is 5 over 2, right? 2 times 2 is 4 and 1, right? And this one, 1 times 3 plus 2 over 3, right? 1 times 3 plus 2 over 3, which is also 5 over 3, right? So first fraction, 5 by 2 multiplied. Now this will be reversed, right? So this is minus 3 over 5, right? So let's cancel 5 and 5. What are we left with is 3 over 2, which is a minus sign. Okay, so even if they're mixed numbers, just convert them into fractions and solve. That's it. Here again we have both of them as mixed numbers, so let's convert. Can we try doing it oral this time? Okay, let's try doing it orally. 2 times 7, 14. 14 plus 2 is 16. So basically this is 16 over 7, right? 2 times 7. I'm repeating, 2 times 7 plus 2 over 7. So that's 16 over 7, and this is a minus number, multiplied. 1 times 7 is 7, plus 3 is 10. So this is 10 over 7, right? 10 over 7, but we are multiplying, so this becomes 7 over 10, and this also has a minus sign. So here we are cancelling the common terms, right? 2 times 8 is 16, and 2 times 5 is 10, right? So the answer here is, what are we left with is 8 over 5, and this will be positive because both the numbers are negative, right? So negative divided by negative gives us positive. Okay, and then we come to the next one, which says 7 minus 7, right, divided by minus 7 over 3. So then you multiply. It's this division sign that is being used. Okay, so it's multiplied, minus 3 over 7. You reverse it, right? Okay, so let's cancel 7 and 7. What are we left with is, what are we left with? It is just 3, right? And it's a plus 3, minus minus makes it plus. Okay, the next one, minus 2 over 3 divided by 4. So it's multiplied, right? 4. This is like 4 over 1, right? So this becomes 1 over 4. Okay, it was just 4 in the numerator, right? So it has to go to denominator over here. Fine. So we cancel the common terms. 2 times 1, 2 times 2. Okay, so that is 1 over 6 with a minus sign, right? Minus and plus. Okay, and then we go to the next one here. There are 2 more sums, and this section is then done. So it says minus 3 over 4 divided, so we multiply, minus 8 over 5, right? So let's cancel 4 times 1, 4 times 2, right? So this 3 times 2 gives us 6, and this is 5, and this is both minus, right? So this answer will be positive answer. Okay, now here we have a mixed number, so let's convert that mixed number first, right? And we will do it orally now. 1 times 15 is 15. 15 plus 2 is 17 over 15, right? So this is minus 1 by 5 times, this will be now 15 over 17, right? You reverse it. So once, thrice, right? And that is minus 3 over 17. Minus and plus, right? So that's the answer. Okay, so this was the division that we had to do. And remember, when you have division, you actually multiply the inverse of the second fraction, right? So as I said here, a divided by b becomes this, right? So if it was, let's take an example, any example, 1 by 2 divided by 1 by 4. So actually do 1 by 2 times 4 over 1. You reverse the second one, and division becomes multiplication. Okay, so that's what you need to be careful of, and then that's sorted and done. Now here we are with the real world problems, which we haven't solved any during the concept videos because we needed real examples. Okay, and the real examples over here, and this is just formulating the equation as I've been saying always, and then it's just solving. Okay, so let's get started with the 33rd sum, which says Danielle biked 9 over 10 miles on Saturday and 7 over 10 miles on Sunday. Okay, how much farther did Danielle hike on Saturday than on Sunday? Okay, so it shows that he biked more on Saturday than on Sunday. So we just need to find the difference. How much was it more on Saturday, right? How much more? How much farther, right? So that's much more, right? So it's basically a subtraction question that we have. But here we have both the numbers as mixed numbers. So let's convert them into fractions first, right? So 9 over 10, right? So which is 15 times 10 plus 9 over 10, which gives us 15 times 10 is 150. 150 plus 9 is 159 over 10. Okay, and then the next one, 7 over 10. So this is 6 times 10 plus 7, and this is 10 over here. Okay, so this becomes 67 over 10. Now both of them have the same denominator, right? So it's simply, you just need to do this because they have the same denominator. So this is how much? Let's do it here. Okay, 159, sorry. 159 minus 67, right? So 9 minus 7 is 2, 15 minus 6 is 9. So this is 92 over 10, right? And this is basically, we can do this orally because it's by 10. So 9 times 10 is 90, right? And you're left with 2 as the remainder. So that goes here, and this is how you would write. If you want to check here, let's do it. Okay, so this is 9 times 90. 2 is the remainder, right? So the quotient comes here, remainder comes here, and the divisor comes here. Okay, so this is one way of doing it. You could do this directly also because they have the same denominators here. So the other way could have been like you subtract this quotients. Okay, so 15 minus 6 gives us 9, right? And then denominators are same. So 9 minus 7 gives us 2. And you write the denominator, the same answer. Okay, so that's another way of doing it. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Here it says a recipe calls for 3 by 4 cup of flour, but David has only 1 by 3 cup of flour. How much more flour does he need? Okay, so we need to help him to find how much more he needs, right? So remember, you should always write your statements. Okay, so recipe requires, David has, so he falls short of how much. So if this is the total he needs, right? But this is what he has. How much more? So if you minus this, you need know what more he needs, right? So it's basically 3 over 4 minus 1 over 3. Now you know this has nothing in common, right? And we have to make denominator same, otherwise we can't subtract the numerator here. And 4 and 3 has nothing in common, so you can simply cross multiply. So this is 3 times 3 over 4 times 3 minus 1 times 4 and 3 times 4. Okay, so this is 9 over 12 minus 4 over 12, which is 5 over 12. So this is what he still needs. 5 over 12 cup of flour to make whatever he's making. I hope he's making something interesting. Okay, and here we are, the last part, and that has how many problems to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 7 more questions to go. And then we are done with this chapter. Okay, so let's continue. It says, a weather report showed that the rainfall in Janesville was 2 over 3 inches during the first half of January. At the end of the January, the total rain was this. How much did it rain during the second half, right? So basically, you would write your statement, rain during the first half. Okay, total second half equals to, what is second half equals to? You know the total is this, right? And first half it has rained this, so it's basically total minus what has been for the first half, right? It's a subtraction sum. It's very clear, right? So let's convert this into a fraction first. So this is 2 over 3, right? So this becomes 2 times 3 plus 2 over 3, which is equal to 2 times 3 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 8 over 3, right? And then the next one, 3, 1 over 4. So this is 3 times 4 plus 1 over 4, right? 3 times 4 plus 1 over 4. So this is 12, 3 times 4 is 12, 12 plus 1 is 13 over 4. Now you see the denominators are not same, right? But 3 and 4, nothing in common. So simply cross multiplication. But this is total, right? So we have to subtract from total the first half to get the second half, right? So this is 13 times 3 over 4 times 3 minus 8 times 4 over 3 times 4, right? So this is 39 over 12 minus 32 over 12, which is 39 minus 32 is 7 over 12. So this is the second half. Okay? Simple? Yeah, it is. You guys are smart now. Okay? Then it says the sum of two rational numbers. Okay, so this is the answer, right? Is this. If one of the numbers is this, find the other number. The question is very simple, straightforward given, right? Nothing to worry, nothing to understand or like really make sense of, like you have to put in effort in that sense. So total is this, one of the numbers is this, you have to find the other number, right? So let's first get in the fraction format here. So 5 1 over 2 is 5 times 2 plus 1 over 2, which is 11 over 2. 6 3 over 14 is 6 times 14 plus 3 over 14, right? Which is equal to 6 times 14 is 84. 84 plus 3 is 87 over 14. Now this is the total here. This is one number, right? So we need to find the second number. So basically 11 upon 2 minus 87 over 14, right? Now we know that this is 2 times 7, right? So we have to have this denominator as 14, okay? So even if I can do this here for you to understand, it's like this, 2 and 14, right? So you do 2 here, 1 and 7, right? 7, 1, 1. So this is the denominator, your LCM, right? 14. Okay? So what we do here is 11 times 7 over 2 times 7 minus 87 over 14. Right? This is 77. 11 times 7 is 77 upon 14 minus 87 upon 14. Right? So now both are 14 denominators, you can subtract easily, right? So 77 minus 87, which is minus 10 over 14. Now this can be further simplified, right? Both has 2, right? So this is actually 5 and this is 7, because 2 times 5 gives us 10 and 2 times 7 gives us 14. Okay, so this is a simplified version. So that's the second number, okay, that we are asked to find. Now the next one here is Melanie adds 1 over a plus bracket minus 1 by b and says the answer is this. Really? She needs to watch this videos more. Give an example to show that she is wrong. Okay? You have to give an example to show she's wrong. You know she is wrong, right? You know the rule. So let's take an example. Let's say the two fractions to be 1 by 2 plus minus 1 by 3. Okay, so these are the two fractions that we are taking. Okay, so which is equal to, now we have to have a common denominator, right? So 2 and 3, the denominator will be 6. So this is 1 times 3 over 2 times 3, right? Minus, plus and minus becomes minus 1 times 2 over 3 times 2, right? Which is equal to 3 over 6 minus 2 over 6, right? Which is 1 over 6. So this is how she should be solving if she uses this. So it's basically you're doing 1, a is 2 for us here, right? This 2 is a. So it's like 2 and this b is 3. So minus 3. So she's getting 1 over minus 1, which is minus 1, which is wrong. Okay? So you just have to give an example to show that she is wrong. So this is our example. You could pick up an example to show that, right? Okay. And we are on 38th sum already, which means only 4 to go. Let's go fast. Okay. Juan multiplies two mixed numbers as follows. Okay, what is it doing? We need to tell the error, right? What is it doing? Is okay, minus 4, then this one, then this. Okay, so it's just simply multiplying everything together. And that is wrong. Okay, what he should be doing instead? Okay, let's teach him. We first convert this. Okay, 4. Let's do it orally this time because you already know the formula. We have done so many conversions now, right? So 4 times 5 is 20. 20 plus 3 is 23, and this is a minus number, right? So this is minus 23 over 5, and times, this is this number, right? 1 times 7 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 over 7. Okay, now you have nothing common, nothing that would cancel here. So we have to multiply. So let's say 23 by 23 times 9 is what? 23 times 9, right? 9 3s are 27. 2 carried forward. 9 2s are 18. 18 plus 2 is 20. So that's 207. So this is 207 over 35. Now this number is bigger than this, right? So we can actually get into this mixed format. Okay, so how do we do that? We write here 207, yeah, then divided it by, what is the denominator here? 35. So we divide this by 35. Okay, and then you start solving and you will get your answer. So this is 207. Now 35, okay, 30 times 6. If it was 30 times 6, 3 times 6 is 8, right? 18, right? So this is 18. So 30 times 6 would be 184, okay? And but this is not 30, this is 5. So 5 times 6 again, which was 30. So this becomes 210, which is larger, okay? So we will try with 5, right? 35 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 2 carried forward. 5 times 2 is 15, and this is 75, right? So 175, okay? That gives us the remainder of 32, okay? So this is what we have here, right? We don't want decimals now, okay? We just wanted a mixed format, right? So basically this answer becomes, what is our quotient here? 5. So we write 5 here, and then remainder, right? 32, and the divisor is 35, and this is the negative answer, okay? So this is how you could put it in the mixed format also. Now we move to the next one. Okay, a package weighs, we have the weight of the package here to be this for A, and for B this is the weight, right? Package A weighs 1/2 pounds, and package B weighs 1/4 pounds. Find the average weight of two packages. Okay, so let's first convert this into a fraction, right? So 5 times 2 is 10. 10 plus 1 is 11. 11 over 2, right? This will be 11 over 2. Okay, I'm just doing this for us to add and find the average. Okay, and then 1/4, right? So this is 1 times 4 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5, right? So this is 5 over 4 basically. So the weight of A and the weight of B, let's add first, okay? So this is 11 over 2 plus 5 over 4, right? Now we know this, the LCM would be 4 here, right? 2 times 1 and 2 times 2. So this is basically 11 times 2 over 2 times 2 plus 5 over 4, right? Which is 22 over 4 plus 5 over 4, which gives us 27 over 4. So that's the total weight of 2. we are for asked to find the average weight of two packages, right? So it's basically we're dividing this by 2, which means 27 over 4, this is division, right? This division will become multiplication, and this is by 2, divided by 2, so it's multiplied by half. Okay, so this is 27 over 8, right? 27 over 8. Now again, we can get this in the mixed format, right? So you can do this orally because it's a small number, 27, right? And it's divided by 8. You know, 8 times 3 gives us 24, and this is 27, so the remainder will be 3, and you write the divisor here. Okay, I'm just repeating once more. 27 divided by 8. When you do that, you know, 8 times 3. 8 times 3 gives us 24, and this is 27, so remainder will be 3, and this is the divisor here. Okay, I will do here and repeat it again so that you understand what I did here. Okay, so it says 27 divided by 3 times 24, right? This is the quotient here, which comes here. Okay, and this is the remainder here, and this is the remainder here. Okay, and this is the divisor. So this is 3 over 8 is the average weight of the two packages. Okay, and we are on the 40th sum, so only 2 more to go. A scientist measured the weight of some damp soil. After exposing the soil to the air for this weeks, the scientists found that the weight had decreased. Okay, so this is the time of the exposure, and this is the decrease in the weight. Find the soil's average weight loss per week. Okay, so let's convert this mixed numbers first. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. So this is 9 over 2, right? And the second one here, 5 times 8 is 40. 40 plus 5 is 45 over 8. So this is the decrease, right? This is the weight decrease. So that's 45 over 8. And we divide it by the week that it took, right? So it took 9 over 2 weeks. So that gives us per week, right? So it's like the cost of 5 chocolates is this, $10. What is the cost of 1 chocolate? It's like that, right? So you divide it to get for 1 week. Okay, so this is basically 45 over 8 times 2 over 9, right? Okay, so 9 times 1, 9 times 5, right? Okay, and this is 2 times 1, this is 2 times 4, and that means we have how much now? This is 5 times 1 is 5, 4 times 1 is 4. This is the answer. Again, this can be converted into mixed form, right? 5 divided by 4. Now try to visualize as I talk, okay? 5 is inside, 4 is outside, right? So 5 divided by 4, 1 times gives us 4. 4 times 1 gives us 4. So 5 minus 4, remainder will be 1, and your divisor is here. Okay, simple. And here comes our last sum. Yay! The plank measures this, and Rachel cuts off this. How long is the plank now? Why did she cut? Okay, never mind. So let's convert this. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 plus 3 is 19. So this is 19 over 4. And this is already a fraction. So this is the total, right? So you would write total length of the plank is this feet. Rachel cuts this feet. Therefore, Okay, so basically you have to do 19 minus 19 over 4 total minus what is being cut, right? This is what we are expected to do. 4 and 5, nothing in common, so we will cross multiply, right? So this is 19 times 5 over 4 times 5 minus 2 times 4 over 5 times 4, right? Which is equal to 19 times 4 is how much? 19 times 5 is 95 upon 20 minus, this is 8 over 20, right? 2 times 4, which is equal to 87 over 20, right? 95 minus 8 gives us 87. Again, we convert into the mixed format, right? So 87 divided by 20. 20 times 4 gives us 80, right? So what will be left with? 7, right? 20 times 4 is 80 and this is 87. So remainder is 7 and the divisor here. Okay, so that is it. Isn't it simple? This chapter is simple, right? It's just that we had lots of questions to solve here, but it's not a difficult chapter, okay? The rules remain the same. It's just that here we had fractions and mixed numbers, so we have to be simply careful, okay? Just while doing the division, remember that you make it multiplication and reverse the second fraction, right? And whenever you have mixed fraction and fractions and mixed numbers, try and convert them in one format to solve them. Two different formats, you can't do them together, okay? So this is just simple things that you need to be mindful of, and you can easily solve this chapter. So this is it. Watch out the other videos for the content as well as the independent practice, okay? Thank you. Have fun. Bye-bye.